As many of you may know, the Steam summer sale is going down right now, so I decided that I wanted to make a little video showing off some of the best deals that you can find on some of my favorite games. These are all games that I obviously highly recommend, and with the summer sale happening, it's just the best time to pick them up if you've never played them. Let's start this video off with Inside, one of the very few games that I would genuinely consider giving a 10 out of 10 rating. It's a narrative-driven puzzle platformer that tells its story purely through the visuals and the gameplay, as there is not a single line of dialogue throughout the entire game. I think it's one of the most incredible gaming experiences you can have, and right now it's 65% off, going for only $6.99, so I would definitely recommend picking it up. And you can get it with Playdead's other game, Limbo, in a bundle deal for only $8, so yeah, that is definitely something worth grabbing. Next up is Oxenfree, another narrative-driven side-scroller. Oxenfree, however, has fully voiced dialogue, as well as multiple dialogue options to choose from. It's a really interesting sci-fi adventure, and if you play it, you'll see why I'm so excited for Night School Studios' upcoming game, After Party. This one is only $5, and it also comes in a bundle deal with the soundtrack, which I would highly recommend because the soundtrack is amazing. Moving on from there, we have the Dishonored series. These are some of the best stealth games of all time, and I honestly think they have some of the most underrated worlds in all of gaming. You can grab the whole collection on Steam for $39.99, or you can head over to CD Keys and get Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, and Death of the Outsider for about $26 total, and save an extra $14. Now, if you guys remember my video about my favorite indie horror games, and you were interested in trying those games out for yourself, well, now's your chance, as all of David's games are on sale, as well as his more recent FPS, which is also pretty fantastic. Definitely give this a look, as they are all just so cheap and so good. Next up, we have Firewatch, which, like Oxenfree, is on sale for only $5 with an edition that comes with the soundtrack. This game is a great narrative experience that is gorgeous, and it has some of the best writing and voice acting you're ever going to find in a game. We also have Observer, which is a cyberpunk horror game that is really trippy and really visually stunning. I made a review for it 2 years ago when it first came out, and that link is in the description below if you want to check it out. But it's a really interesting game and such a cool experience. It's going for $8.99 right now, so if you're interested, you should definitely check it out. Now we have What Remains of Edith Finch, another game I did a review on 2 years ago, link below. It's unbelievably imaginative, and as far as creative storytelling goes, I still consider this to be the top dog. It's $8.99 right now, and I cannot recommend it enough. Then there's Night in the Woods, which has grown on me more than any other video game. When I first played it back in 2017, I thought it was great, but I only put it at number 7 on my top 10 list. However, over the years, something about it just kept drawing me back in, and now it's easily one of my favorite games of all time. The story is great, the art is amazing, and it's got one of the most lived-in feeling worlds in recent memory, despite it only being 2D. It's 40% off right now, so definitely give it a look. And now we get to the games made by Davey Wreden. First, the Beginner's Guide is on sale for only $5, and the Stanley Parable, Davey's first game, is also on sale for only $7.50. I think these games are brilliant, with the Stanley Parable being one of the funniest games ever made, and with the Beginner's Guide being one of the most unique stories I've ever seen in a game. These are more experiences than traditional games, as they lack a lot of gameplay, but I think they more than make up for it. If you are a creator of some sort, I would particularly recommend the Beginner's Guide, as this game really hits home for me, and that's why I consider it possibly my favorite game of all time. It's so unique and well crafted, and it stayed with me all these years after the first time I've played it, and every time I replay it, I get that same feeling again. Definitely check these out. And lastly, I wanted to do a roundup of the games that aren't on a huge sale, but are still great games that I would highly recommend checking out, especially now with the slight reduction in price. First is A Plague Tale: Innocence. My review for it is in the description below, and that's on sale for $33.74 right now. Then Resident Evil 2 is going for $39.59, also my video on that down below. Insurgency Sandstorm is $20.99, and finally Hunt Showdown is 25% off, sitting at $23.99 right now. I've been playing this game a lot lately, and despite it being in early access, it is a great game that more people need to check out. It'll be hitting 1.0 soon, and I'm going to make a review for it when it does, but for right now, definitely look into it. So yeah, that wraps up this video. I hope you found it informative in some way. Obviously, there are plenty of great deals going on out there, but if I covered all of them, we'd be sitting here for literal hours. So I just wanted to touch base on a few of my personal recommendations. Make sure to hit subscribe for all kinds of other gaming content. Check out my latest update on the game I'm working on. Hit that Twitch link down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.